He was at Game 6, Cubs-Indians. Ole Miss baseball coach with his son, Drew. Wildly successful Ole Miss baseball coach, Mike Bianco. Just joined us from the Cleveland airport. He was at Game 6 last night. Chris Coughlin, former Ole Miss baseball player, All-SEC, All-American, was a phenomenal player for Ole Miss. And, man, was he on some good teams. Those were some great Ole Miss baseball teams. Great. Super cool of Mike Bianco to, hey, receive a text from us at 6:45 today and jump on the show while he's trying to clear security and in the Cleveland airport and jump on a plane. So we want to thank Mike Bianco for doing that, and I thought that was cool. He had never been to a World Series game. You know, here's a guy who's been to the College World Series, both as a player and a coach. And look, makes great money, but that's what his schedule looks like. He was like, I've never been to the Final Four, never been to the Super Bowl. Boom. Can you believe that? Mike Bianco's in his late 40s, and he goes to a big-time sporting event. I mean, he has money, he's been successful, but that's the grind of a college baseball coach between the schedule, practice, and then for me, I feel like college baseball, they never stop recruiting. Drew?
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, the Super Bowl's like 2 weeks before their season starts.
Right.
The Final Four is in the middle of their season. And, I mean, the world's – I imagine they just ended fall practice for baseball. So
yeah.
It's probably just in time for him to make it.
Isn't that cool? He had an opportunity to do that with his son. We forget how, schedules – again, and especially Cohen and Bianco, I've argued that college baseball, that may be the worst schedule. That Mullen and Freeze actually may have a little bit more time than, actually, if you run the numbers, they may have a lot. Take it into, when you look at all of them are working ridiculous hours. But Bianco and Cohen, and especially their assistants. Do y'all remember when Ole Miss and Mississippi State left the College World Series? Now, at that point, it's June. That the assistant coaches didn't go home?
Yeah, because the big summer stuff is going on right in the middle of the College World Series and right after. Lafferty
and Butch Thompson both flew from the College World Series to showcases. Do you remember that Butch Thompson was not at the celebration at Dudy Noble Field when they made the championship series?
I mean, I remember hearing stories from both of them that, I mean, yeah, it's great to make it deep into the postseason, obviously, but they were a little concerned they were getting behind on next year's recruiting.
It's amazing. Yeah, I got to go to Atlanta. I got to go to Orlando or wherever to see the next guy. And Mike, Coach Bianco just signed the #1 signing class in baseball. So, and evidently the freshmen look great in the fall. They're going to push the you-know-what out of the sophomores, juniors, and seniors. And he also talked about Drew Bianco, his son, and the experience of being recruited by other high-profile teams and how he and his wife decided 16 years ago when he took the job at Ole Miss that, they wouldn't play for him. And I thought Mike really explained that process. He did a great job as far as, hey, they'll get coached by somebody else. They'll get the real college experience. Plus, can you imagine if your son boots a ball on a Friday night? As ruthless as fans are, and let's just say Drew's hitting second in the lineup. He boots a ball on Friday night against Mississippi State or LSU. I mean, just total chaos on the Mets. So now you go to LSU, you get coached by Maneri and so on, and you give yourself an opportunity to see the game from another set of eyes. And I thought Mike did a really good job describing that experience of his son getting recruited and committing to LSU.
Would you have requested your son go out of conference, or does that matter that you're going to have to play against him?
No, I thought Mike made a great point that it'll only be 3 games a year, excluding the SEC baseball tournament, and that's just not a big factor, especially in baseball. No, I don't blame him. And the fact that Mike Bianco went to LSU and understands that history, and he understands it competing against them, but it makes sense. And that was a cool story. So he was there because Chris Coughlin is on the Cubs roster and has played a little bit, but was a super player for Ole Miss. I wonder who's favored tonight? Is it the Cubs? Even at home? Grab the mic. Tell me about it.
118 to 108 up. Yeah, 118. So if
what does that mean?
Means you'd have to put $118 down to win $100. Wouldn't touch it. I'd touch the run line.
But I don't understand with the
Indians.
Indians.
+1.5.
I think it's a good
Kluber on the
thing.
hill.
Kluber on the hill doesn't give them the advantage.
I think it's a good thing for the Cubs that they're not in Wrigley because there would be so much tension and pressure. In Wrigley.
Drew, you may be onto something. Is this a better atmosphere, environment, situation for the Cubs?
You play loose. Kyle Schwarber can actually play with the DH
That's
rules.
very true.
They looked pretty loose last night.
Man, they were ripping the baseball last night. So how much do you bet again to win?
118 to win $100.
Is that for both teams?
No, if you bet $100 on the Indians, you would win 108.
What's the over/under runs?
6.5.
You going over?
Yeah, probably.
I don't know.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
One of them's going to score 4 or 5.
Well, you know, the Indians are going straight to Andrew Miller when
No
Kluber
doubt.
gets in the
100%.
slightest bit of trouble. Andrew Miller might pitch 4 or 5 innings.
This is it.
Got to.
What about the poll question, Drew? Where are we on? And tell our listeners what's going on.
Let's see. Who is the most famous living Cubs fan? Bill Murray is running away with this.
Bill Murray Caddyshack running away from Vince Vaughn. Who else? Eddie Vedder.
And Nick Offerman.
And who's Nick Offerman?
He is Parks and Recreation.
And this is a show on what? Netflix?
Netflix. Yeah.
Or is it on is it
Hulu.
on NBC, ABC, CBS? Like,
I
is
don't
it network television?
I've
or-
always seen it on Netflix.
Okay.
Hey, maybe on network television. I'm not sure. He's got like 1.6 million Twitter followers. So I mean,
Yeah, but what does Pearl Jam and Eddie Vedder have as far as social media?
I don't think they're very.
They're not very active. Okay. I guess when you're Eddie Vedder, you don't have to be active on social media.
They got 3.24. So yes, they do.
I'm going Vedder and Pearl Jam. You have to. This is what we're asking our audience to do. Channel your inner Pearl Jam / Eddie Vedder and Lee Smith, who is a great relief pitcher and was awesome for the Cubs from 80 to 87 and took an hour and a half to walk from the bullpen to the mound when he was called in, which gave Harry Carey time to drink 4 to 6 more beers. And the poll question is centered around the most famous living Cubs fan. Would Harry Carey beat Bill Murray?
Yeah.
He would? Would Ronald Reagan beat both of them?
I think he'll split. Some people would vote for him. Some people wouldn't. Out of spite.
It's a great picture of Ronald Reagan, President Reagan, in the booth with Harry Carey in the 80s. That's pretty cool. We tweeted that out today. Twitter handle @BoBounds. We've got Todd Wade coming up in 20 minutes. Todd Wade in 20 minutes. We'll talk some NFL and some SEC with Todd Wade. What's the line on Bama LSU?
7.
I believe it's 7.
Whoa. Roll Tide by 7? Knowing that Jalen Hurts will be rattled in the first half and throw a pick? Wow.
Where are you pulling that from?
Damian Harris?
He's calm, cool, and collected.
No doubt.
Compare the LSU backfield to Alabama's.
Almost even.
You didn't really just say that.
Almost even.
Leonard Fournette and Geis
Yep.
is almost even. I want you to think about what you just said.
I am.
All right.
I'm thinking very well about this. Jalen Hurts adds tremendously.
Okay, you're adding Hurts
Yeah, I'm
as
adding
a running.
Hurts. Yeah,
you just saved yourself. You
No,
just thought
running
about
game.
that.
No,
and you saved yourself.
that was my thought from the jump.
So Harris and Hurts and the combo, you feel like it's
matters.
even.
Yeah.
With Fournette and guys.
Hurts plays a massive factor here. He levels the playing field in the running game.
He does level the playing field, but I'm not sure that backfield is. It's not. Let's write that down real quick. LSU Bama backfield, and we'll throw in the QB.
Yeah, because he matters because he runs.
What do we have here?
The spread's at 8.5.
8.5. That's too many.
I don't
Of course,
know why.
how many did you give me yesterday?
12, 14.
No, you gave me 4. No, you gave me. No, Jeff Tanner gave me 15. So that's a W. I already won that bet.
I wouldn't go that far.
Oh yeah, 15 points. That's slam dunk.
Bama's hot, man. They have covered 7 out of the last 10 spreads. Talking about high spreads too. Against TAMU, Tennessee, Arkansas, they're covering big spreads, man.
This is different. LSU at LSU. Are we going to the C Spire iPhone 7 phone line? 601-995-1059. Chase, good morning. You're on the Out of Bounds show. What's up? What do you have for me?
Man. Real quick, I remember last year Leonard Fournette was the front runner for the Heisman, and a guy named Derrick Henry took over the Heisman running from them. So last year you would have said Fournette was easily the better running back, and Henry
He still
came
is.
out. So
He still is
I'm-
easily the better running back.
he may be, but as a whole, Damien, I mean, I'm going to say Fournette's the better running back out of all of them. But as a whole, you're splitting hairs there, man. You really are. Roll Tide, baby.
All right, I don't think it's close.
Hot take.
I don't even think it's close.
Yeah, it's close.
Oh, it's not. It's
Dude.
not close
Hey,
with Fournette.
Hurts. Yeah, Fournette's
Drew, what do you think?
head and shoulders above
Is
everyone,
this
but
even?
Hurts is there, man.
I think Hurts' running ability makes it closer than it looks on paper.
Right. I agree with that, but is it even?
100%.
Even I'd give a slight edge to LSU.
Everything for Jackson's 100%.
Yeah, Hurts.
But what we have to
Of course,
take
Blake Bortles was a great NFL QB going into the season.
How many fantasy points did Blake Bortles have last week?
I say it's all about fantasy.
not as many as Derek Carr, who I started.
Hey, Derek Carr's the man.
Oh, Drew just dropped the microphone.
Been all over Derek Carr. You're the one that told me he's not a playmaker. This guy's a playmaker.
No, I don't think I said that he's not a playmaker.
Oh, you told me he wasn't going to be any good.
No, I didn't say that he's not any good either. But go ahead, Drew.
Do we have to take into account who LSU's running the ball against and who Alabama's running the ball against? Because LSU's running the ball against a tougher defense, front seven.
No doubt. And who made that point? Was that Detillier? How will LSU's tackles block Alabama's defensive ends, including Tim Williams?
They won't. Them boys are coming.
Yeah,
They're going to smash. Fournette might put up about 75, 80 yards. Guys will have his 40. Hurts will have 120.
whoa,
120 rushing.
whoa! You're extreme in everything.
Hurts is the man.
He's a good player.
No, he's the man.
Well, he doesn't have to be the man because
But he is.
of the
He's got the
talent
it factor.
around him
Got the
and
it
a bunch of special teams and defensive touchdowns have given him, all this margin for error.
Okay,
So that doesn't have anything to do with Hurts.
Part of it.
That has to do with the fact that they're loaded on special teams. Although Eddie Jackson down a little bit, it's a little bit of a factor there.
Throw Hurts back
And
there. Let him return it. He's the man. I'm telling you, he has the it factor. Watch, he will make a play. I don't think he's going to run in this little freshman wall that you think he's going to run into.
let's take a break.
Almost definitely not.
You have Jalen Hurts is what, like Cam Newton-esque?
Better. He's not better, but I mean,
You need a breather. Let's take a break. The Out of Bounds show is brought to you by Circle 7 Outfitters, 463 in Madison. Here's what's going on at Circle 7 tomorrow, Thursday. Big fall blowout sale, shirts and jackets. New and current, Cotton Brothers, Gitman Brothers, Filson, Mountain Khaki. Thursday only, shirts and jackets. And, also, guys, gift wrapping. You can send your wife if you can't make it. They'll have specials on Filson jackets. We're on the Circle 7 property, 463 in Madison. Plus, tomorrow we'll be giving away some Fish Hippie hats and Echo duck calls, compliments of Circle 7. And they have their blowout sale tomorrow, Thursday only. Cotton Brothers, Gitman Brothers, Filson and Mount.